Welcome to Promote Profit Publish. I'm your host, Juliet Clark. And again, today I'm solo. We're going to do a few more solo than we have been in the past, just because I want you guys to do some more learning and understanding about what's going on around the book world. So before we get started today, many of you who are in my list, you've probably noticed that we have a new format for the magazine. We have switched over to a weekly newsletter instead of just the magazine like we've had in the past. And we've done that mainly because some people said, oh my gosh, this is so much information. And, I never have time to sit down and execute it. And also, we're sharing some more tips from some of those same people that are in the magazine who have blogs. So you can go over and see what it's all about as well. So expect to get that weekly now, just like the podcast. You'll get a weekly newsletter. If you want to subscribe, go over to breakthroughauthor.com. We have changed how you can subscribe. So that'll be where you'll go in the future. And then I want to remind you about our events. We have one today. If you're listening to this, you probably missed it, but it'll be up in a podcast later on. But our training in January is with Lynn Senois. I never say her name right. I hope I got it right. And it's Mindset for 2026. It'll be on January 9th, and you can register for that at breakthroughevents2.com. And that's the number 2. We have new event pages now as well, so that you can get a scope of all of our monthly, what's going on in the month, and register for, whatever floats your boat, or all of them if you think you need all of them. So once again, that's over at Breakthrough Events 2. So today I want to talk about diversifying your revenue streams. And the reason I'm doing that is because many of you know when you've published a book that your money is not going to be made from that book. That book is a tool. It's a nurture tool. It's something you're selling, but at $1 to $3 a book, you're not going to become rich from the book. So I want to talk a little bit about, and this is especially for nonfiction authors who are in the coaching realm. There are a lot of different ways that you can diversify your income streams. A wise person once told me that the only way to get to $1 million business is to have 7 diversified income streams, which means that it might be the book, it might be coaching, it might be speaking, and whatever else you put in there. For me, it's affiliate, it's our courses, it's our programs that we have where you can get reports on, your reader reports, your business reports. So we have a lot of different tools in the fire in order to achieve that 7 streams of income. So I just want to talk a little bit about it today and put some ideas in your mind about how you can do that, because a lot of this has to do with platform building too. That audience for your book is the audience for your business as well. So anytime you're building that platform, you're increasing your chances of increasing your revenue streams as well. So I want you to sit down before we jump into this, maybe put this on hold for a minute and just think about where's your revenue flowing from now? Are you happy with it? Is it what could improve that? Explore where you want more money to come from next year. We're going to be launching a new program next year. So, I'm recording this in November, the beginning of November for December, but we already have our plans for what our new products and services going to be next year and starting to get the marketing together. So we never want to do that at the last minute. How are you going to create your compelling offers to reflect how you want to work with these clients? So, one of our challenges that we're facing right now with our new program development is we didn't get the first one out there really well that helped businesses. We tried to do it via Power Partners. So this second product launch, we're doing it with a book as well. So people can grab the book, they can come buy the program. We'll still use our power partners, but just thinking about, what does that compelling offer look like? And how are we going to get it out there to work with the clients that we want to work with? And then How can I get myself prepared and confident when it comes to enrollment conversations? Because I don't have any problems asking, with enrollment conversations, but I know a lot of people do, especially in the spiritual realm with spiritual books and, abundance and money people. They really have a hard time with being able to combat objections, to being able to really present with confidence, because sometimes the confidence isn't there. So just knowing how to do that in a really great way and practicing. And one of the ways I learned to overcome objections is when I was in real estate. I had a partner every week, and we, spent a half an hour with dialogue every week, overcoming objections till it got comfortable. Because sometimes it's not comfortable. You're kind of thinking on the fly when you have to do it. So, just really getting comfortable with those conversations should be as part of your goal too. If you're going to diversify those revenue streams, you're going to have to be a better salesperson as well. People just don't intuit that they want it. And the other thing is people read your energy. If I'm not confident about something, you can probably tell I'm not confident about it, and you're going to have a hesitation in purchasing it as well. So let's get to the why of you need all of these revenue streams. It makes you less susceptible to outside risk. So I'm going to tell you, we went through a period in 2022, 2023, where we weren't selling as many publishing packages, because people didn't have the disposable income to come in and spend $10,000, $12,000. It just because their businesses weren't generating the kind of revenue that they had been in 2020 and 2021. So the result of that is that we focused more on author platform building, which was at a lower price point. We focused more on bringing in book marketing and developing. So we had a plan to diversify to make up for that income that wasn't coming from those publishing packages. It also allows you to leverage your base overhead. So if you have more diversification, you're able to sort of diversify your offerings. You're able to diversify your staff. So, we had different VAs for different products, because those VAs are expected to understand inside and out. If I just had one VA that was supposed to cover all of those items we have, they probably wouldn't be very effective. And that really cut down on our costs too, because then we didn't have people that were unhappy. We had experts that our clients had confidence in building everything. And so there were just a lot of benefits to diversifying our staff into areas of expertise on there. And that really helped with our business overhead as well. It helps you override seasonal dips. So for us, our really busy season is June, July, August, kind of creeps into September. The reason for that is everybody wants their book on the market for the holidays. So we sell a lot of platform building, a lot of book marketing. This year we sold a ton of book marketing for October, November, December, ramping up for Christmas. And then also the publishing packages, we get a lot in because they come to us in July and they're like, I need to be out and on the market by November, which depending on the shape your book is in can be really challenging sometimes. So it helps us override. We have the cash flow to kind of get through. That period is always super easy and super busy. But then we get up into kind of that lull, that March, April, May. And by the way, August is usually a lull as well. This year it was not, but most years it can be. So then we're really focusing on platform building, getting that book written. What are we going to do? So by diversifying those streams, you can really put your focus in on what should be done, which time of year, and focusing on selling those products and getting them better. It keeps your business interesting. I don't know about you, but I do not like anything repetitive. That was one thing I did love about real estate is a different day, different problems, new houses, new listings, new people, new everything. And it was always exciting, sometimes in not good ways, but it was always exciting. And so by changing this all up within your business and having different focal points at different times a year, it also allows you to not get into a rut with what you're doing. And it really gives you peace of mind because we used to, before we really engaged in this more diversifying and scaling, we had times of the year where our cash flow got pretty scary. So now we don't have any time of year where our cash flow is scary. It's all flowing, and we're better able to sometimes of the year get our lines of credits paid down, get our, the things that keep our business going, our business credit cards paid down. And it really gives us peace of mind that we will always have the money to do the projects we want to do, as well as build new projects. Like today, we have our marketing innovation panel. Everything that I'm going to talk about on that panel is something new that we've developed in the last year. And developing AI programs and different things like that takes capital. And so, you need to have the resources to be able to do that. Also, it can be the birth of division or a new part of your company. And that's what happened to us in this year is we really branched out into book marketing. We brought on a lot of book marketing partners. And surprisingly enough, that new division of the company, we actually work with other publishers promoting for their books now too. So it really did open up something new and exciting for us as a part of the company. So let's talk about the different types of revenue streams you can have. So service-based streams, selling your time for money. Now, everybody out there always says that's very limiting. For me, that's the part of the business I really love. I schedule 4 hours a day, Monday through Friday, and sometimes I'll take times after. So 16 hours of my week is devoted to clients and servicing clients, speaking one-on-one, bringing in new business, doing that. And that's really, you would call it selling time for money, but that's where I really interact with our clientele. So I don't consider it a chore at all. I know other people do. And, but that's up to you whether you want to do that or not. Product-based revenue. So it's always limited by distribution, by inventory, by program management, but you're out of the process. So when we sell something like the Super Brand Audience Accelerator, which is a product, we pretty much have it automated now. We're at the point of putting the payment gateway on it. We've only been selling it to partners on the past and then putting the information in by hand. But we're getting to the point now that it's out of beta where everything's going to be automated. I just have to check over the finished product. A lot of times I'll check over the input as well, because the more fully you fill it out, the better you're going to get, the better marketing plan you're going to get. So that's something you can think of too. What is a product that doesn't require you to be a part? That might be a course that somebody that, an evergreen course that someone can just go buy and download the stuff to. Those are great as well. But keep in mind, there is no cash machine, as a lot of people will tell you with courses. I have occasionally bought a low-cost course, but rarely do I sell a low-cost course without talking to someone about it first. And normally that's where I've tried to sell them into a bigger program, product, or service, and they don't have the money for it right now. So they can take a baby step into an evergreen program. Event-based revenue. A lot of people do this. I'm not really big on this. I've done a couple of them in the past, but for me, they haven't brought out what I'm looking for. So I don't, but a lot of that is changing, because when I used to do event-based, you had to rent a hotel, and there were, hotel room minimums and food minimums, and you could really get burned on it. Now you can do it all online. So, I won't take that it's not out of the question to do an event online now. It's sporadic and there's a lot of marketing involved with it, a lot of power partnership involved with it. But if that's something you love, then do it. It makes me kind of crazy because the perfectionist in me gets upset about, oh my gosh, this did not go perfectly. Third-party revenue, referral fees, and affiliate commissions. We do this really, really well. We have a lot of power partners that we pay. We get payments from a lot of power partners that come to us. That's where that extra division of the company came in, where we had those marketing products we sell. We pay all of our partners, our publishing partners, commission on those. So that's been a tremendous revenue stream because we do that. And then automated revenue, automated virtual sales, licensed content. This is something you can do as well. We don't do a ton of that. We have our evergreen courses, but I don't do a lot of, hey, this is my program and go sell it. But if you're someone who has some good meditation programs, if you have spiritual programs, there's a lot of that you could do as well, where they're just automated. So here's how you decide what you're going to do. The first thing is time commitment. What kind of time do you have to invest? Now, I'm very intentional about that 16 hours a week. I start work early in the morning. I get a lot of my work done early in the morning, and then I have those clients. And then typically I will finish up work for the day and go off and, do whatever I want to do. During the winter in Utah, it's exercise time. During summer in Utah, exercise time is in the morning. During winter in Utah, I also will, usually Mondays are 12-hour days because I'm getting caught up and I'm getting myself positioned for the week. So decide what your time looks like. If you're not sure of your time, do some time blocking for a couple weeks. Write down every single thing you do and see where you're wasting time and what you can get off your desk. Capital requirements. Do you have money to invest? I mentioned a couple of projects, we tapped our credit lines, we tapped our business credit cards. I know a lot of people don't have that. They're running on personal credit cards. So my recommendation with capital is invest in a good program where you can learn how to get business capital for your business. I invested in Merrill Chandler's. He is an amazing coach. It took me about 6 to 9 months to get it done, but that's when I started getting my first lines of credit. And now I look at my lines of credit and it's almost scary. I'm like, oh my gosh, if I ever spent that kind of money, I'd be in real trouble. But if I ever have the occasion for a big project, the money's sitting there ready to be able to tap. The other thing that really does for you is it gets everything off of your personal credit cards. That was my goal with Merrill's group was, if I got into a big project, all of a sudden my credit score went down. And then I went to buy a car and I didn't have the credit score that I wanted because I had all this personal debt related to my business. So it is a game changer in that respect, and going out and getting, not only building capital, but, having bank lines of credit. I mean, I think I've got 6 or 7 lines of credit I can tap for at any particular time, and it's several $100,000. So have that available to you in case you do want to embark on a big project. And that requires risk too. That's risk taking on your part. So the phase of growth you're in, I talked about on the last episode, so many people come to me and they have a brand new business and they're like, yeah, I'm going to hire a coach to scale. And I kind of have to step back and go, you don't even have a business entity. You don't have coaching programs. You don't, you've got to have a good, consistent, stable program before you start scaling. That is my thought. That's every time that we have embarked on scaling. And this is the second scaling coach I've hired throughout my 15 years in business. We've had to get everything in order and had steady revenue and decided, okay, this is the time for us to grow. Non-monetary benefit. Think about, are there other reasons for you doing this? For us, our diversified revenue streams have created new power partners, which create new streams of revenue through them. But also now I know when their events are going on, I know how to help them. So it's been a relationship builder as well. And then the joy factor. How much do you love what you're doing? If you're someone who thinks, I don't want to work, I just want that cash machine, this may not be for you. If you're someone who really loves what you do, you will find ways to bring joy into the process on it. So let's get into some examples for authors of revenue streams that you can build and how they work for you. So I think the first thing is speaking. So many people out there want to be a paid speaker, and that's great. You get paid for being on stage. But speaking is always a great way to sell books and build audiences as well. And building that audience will roll you into bigger revenue streams. So what do I mean by that? Going out and speaking to a local women's group, if you have a women's book, and getting them to take your lead magnet. So get into my email list, look at our updates. And that also can move you into, when your book is out, having a book signing at events, selling those books by the stage. I love selling books from stage because I get to ditch the 55% that the distributors charge me. So instead of giving away half of my income to somebody else, when I swipe that card for someone, I get to keep that 55% now. So really great way to do it. Live events, either having live events where you sell your coaching program or being a speaker at someone else's live events. I've done that as well, where I've been a speaker and I've sold programs at their event. And of course, it's a win-win because I'm bringing in new clients, I'm meeting new people. The host of the event has just made some affiliate cash off of the sales that I did at her event. So it is win-win. Coaching. I'm going to put coaching and consulting together. What I do is a little bit of coaching, but it's a lot of consulting. So you can do either coaching. You would have packages with deliverables, probably a group program or something where you're not working one-on-one. We have one-on-one as well. Our one-on-one tends to be more consulting though. So, looking at that and being able to roll that into an income stream. And that might be, don't limit yourself to just a group program. Maybe your group program is a middle tier. You have evergreen programs that people can tap into at a lower price point. Those middle group coaching programs, and then our one-on-one. We even have DIY programs up at the very top where we'll do it for you, which is probably our most expensive program. Products and programs. So we've talked about the Super Brand Audience Accelerator. That's an actual product. Our listicles that we sell, actual products. Author PromoCast, actual products. And then we have our coaching, our programs that we have people in as well. Because we've expanded to the products element of this, we don't have as many programs as we used to now. So I can't even remember. I think it's been over a year since I've done a group program. And when I do them, I don't spread them out into, 3, 6, 12-month programs. We do 1-month intensives now. So we're in and out and on to the next thing. And then also affiliate sales. We hit the affiliate sales pretty heavily. However, we don't do affiliate sales for the sake of affiliate sales. They are all products that me and my team use that we recommend that our clients use. So we don't sell things in affiliate that are not tried and proven. Professional services. So that's where, I just talked about that DIY. That's a professional service when we create your lead magnet. I just did that with 3 funnels in the last couple of weeks. We have a client who wanted, he has 3 different pillars to what he does. So we created 3 different lead magnets and 3 different funnels for that. And he just went through and looked and it gave us some suggestions that he wanted changes. And we went ahead and we did the whole thing. So we have a lot of DIY going on that we do as well. So I really want you guys to encourage you guys to think about, how you can do this. What are things that you can do under these categories? So sit down and jot it down. I'm going to give you an example with coaching is, do you sell one-time sessions? Do you sell group coaching packages? Do you sell deep dive immersions or what we might call a VIP day? Do you sell all of those within? So even when you diversify the stream, there can be further diversification into how finite are you going to diversify what you do. I'll give you another example, those live events I talked about. Do you have showcase events? We have showcase events every month. Ours are not a revenue stream direct. They're free events, but we get clients from them all the time. Do you offer half-day workshops? I typically do not offer a lot of those, but every once in a while we will. Workshops with partners. I do a lot of workshops with partners. Weekend retreats. Those are really fantastic. And by the way, those weekend retreats, what's amazing about the way the world has changed is you no longer have to go get a hotel. You no longer have to have those food minimums, all those things we used to have for events. We had one a while back out in Park City. We literally rented an Airbnb, a very nice one, and we brought meals in, we hiked, we did a little bit of yoga in the morning, and it was really, really fun. And we were able to offer it at a much lower price point and be able to sell products at the end. And then multi-speaker events, any place that you can get on. There is a program that I used for an event I spoke at this summer called Event Raptor. I think you can go over there and check out what's coming up and apply to be speakers at those events. So think about something like that. So, all right, you guys, we're getting lots of ideas for 2026. Don't forget to sign up for our January event, breakthroughevents2.com. And that is the number 2 that is in that, not the word 2. All right. See you next week.